Jack Carter sat in the observation deck of the alien research vessel, staring at the dark expanse ahead. Stars stretched in every direction, but something unusual caught his eye. At the edge of known space, near a dying star, a line of massive human warships drifted silently. They were old, ancient even, and clearly abandoned. Their hulls were scratched, worn, and covered in space dust, yet there was a strange beauty in their shape. "Look at those things," said Lisa Morrow, standing next to Jack. Her voice was calm, but her eyes showed excitement. "They call it the Relic Fleet. No one has seen them active in centuries." The alien commander in charge of the mission, a tall, thin being with gray skin and long fingers, chuckled. "Relic Fleet? Those are barely ships. Look at their design. Primitive, slow. They might as well be floating tombs." Jack tried not to smile. Humans had built these ships long ago, at the very beginning of their expansion into space. They were powerful in their time, yes, but the galaxy had grown fast. Aliens now had technology far beyond anything the old human fleet could offer, or so the aliens thought. "We need to tow them back," the alien commander continued. "They could be useful. Maybe we can study them, learn something, or dismantle them for parts." "Parts," Jack muttered under his breath, shaking his head. He knew what the aliens did not. These ships were not as dead as they seemed. They were not just relics, they were guardians, sleeping giants waiting for the right moment to rise again. Lisa tapped on her console. "Sensors show some low-level power emissions, very faint, barely noticeable. They're old reactors, but they're not completely offline." The aliens looked at her like she had said something strange. "That is irrelevant," the commander said. "We can take them, they cannot resist." The alien fleet began moving closer. Massive tendrils of energy netted the first of the human ships, ready to drag it away. Jack felt a chill. Something deep in his memory stirred, a warning his grandfather had told him about these ships. "Never assume a human ship is dead," his grandfather had said. "Even after centuries, they can still fight." Inside the first ship, something stirred. A faint hum echoed through the hull, almost like a heartbeat. Systems that had been asleep for hundreds of years began to flicker. Power flowed slowly from one section to another, then stopped, then flowed again. Old mechanical arms moved slightly, and consoles in the bridge lit up, though no human hands had touched them. Jack's eyes widened. "They're waking up," he said, barely able to believe it. The aliens laughed. "You see, nothing, ghosts, nothing more." But Jack could see it. Small, deliberate movements, as if the ships were testing themselves, remembering old routines. They remembered the humans who had commanded them, the battles they had fought, the strategies they had executed. Lisa frowned. "These signals are intentional. They are not random. It is like the ships are talking to each other." Jack's stomach tightened. "Not talking, acting." Waiting, the fleet always had protocols to fight if humans were gone. They were built for war, not study. The alien commander frowned, sensing Jack's growing confidence. "Your people are gone. These ships cannot resist. Stop this nonsense before we begin towing." One of the alien tugs tried to latch onto the oldest of the relic ships, an enormous battle cruiser named Defender. As soon as contact was made, the ship trembled. Energy surged through the hull in a way the aliens did not understand. The tug shook violently, sparks flying from its grip before releasing in panic. "What was that?" the commander shouted. Jack leaned closer to the console. "That's only the beginning. They remember how to fight." From inside the Relic fleet, the ships powered their thrusters, aligning themselves in a formation that had not been used in centuries. The aliens panicked. Their sensors failed to detect the logic behind the movements. The human ships moved like living beings, each one knowing its place, each one knowing its role without any central control. The alien fleet tried to respond. Their ships were larger, faster, and armed with weapons far more advanced than the relics. They opened fire. Plasma beams and energy torpedoes cut through the darkness, aiming for the human ships. But the relics did not move as expected. They dodged with uncanny precision, not relying on electronic guidance systems that the aliens could see, but on a combination of mechanical instincts and old human battle codes embedded deep in their systems. "Impossible," one alien technician muttered. "They should not be able to respond," Jack smiled slightly. "Humans are always full of surprises," he whispered. Lisa watched in awe. "Look at them. They are moving together but independently. No one is controlling them directly." Jack nodded. "That's how they were built. Each ship has its own brain, its own logic, but they can work as one." The aliens don't understand distributed intelligence like humans did. The aliens tried to retreat, realizing too late that they had underestimated these old machines. The Relic fleet began to take offensive positions. Small kinetic weapons emerged from hidden compartments in the human cruisers. Missiles with simple but deadly designs shot out, striking alien frigates before their shields could react. The aliens had the advantage of modern tech, but the humans had something else, strategy embedded in the very metal of their ships. On the alien bridge, panic was spreading. "We cannot fight them," the commander yelled. "They are too coordinated. How is this possible?" Jack felt a mix of fear and pride. He had not fought in the fleet himself, but he knew humanity's power. It was not just the weapons or the technology. It was the will, the adaptability, and the cleverness of humans that made the difference. And these ships carried all of that will encoded into steel and circuits. Lisa leaned toward Jack. "If these ships are fully awake, the aliens won't stand a chance." Jack nodded. He knew it too. The Relic fleet had been built not for exploration, not for peace, but for survival. Humanity had prepared for centuries, just in case they fell. And now, the galaxy would see the proof. The first alien ship exploded in a flash of blue energy, tearing itself apart as the human Relic fired its simple but devastating weapon. Another tug tried to flee, only to be struck by a hidden missile bay. The aliens had laughed at these ships, mocked them, and now they were paying the price. Jack and Lisa watched as more ships powered up, the fleet moving with precision and deadly grace. He could almost hear the echoes of human voices, centuries old, in the metal hulls. The Relic fleet was alive, remembering old battles, old commands, and old victories. The alien commander could do nothing but stare in disbelief as his fleet was slowly cut down. Ships that were supposed to be toys for study were now killing machines, more organized and more dangerous than anything the aliens had faced. Jack said quietly, "This is only the beginning. They've just woken up. The galaxy will remember humanity again." Lisa looked at him, eyes wide. "Do you think they will stop after this?" Jack shook his head. "No, not until the humans' message is clear. No one can mock us or forget us again." The Relic fleet moved together, silent yet powerful, ancient yet deadly. Jack and Lisa watched as the first real battle of the old fleet began, and they knew that the galaxy was about to change forever. Even in the cold, dark reaches of space, the ships seemed alive, as if they had waited patiently for this moment. The aliens had mocked them, assumed them useless, and thought they could be toys. Now the Relic fleet was awake, and no one would ever underestimate humanity again. And somewhere deep inside the lead ship, the Defender, systems flickered on, lights blinking in a pattern that had not been used for hundreds of years. It was a signal, not just to the humans who might still exist, but to the galaxy itself. Humanity's power was not gone. It had only been waiting. The aliens scrambled to regroup. Their fleet had never faced anything like this before. Ships that were supposed to be slow, weak, and old had come alive with deadly precision. Jack Carter and Lisa Morrow watched from the observation deck as the Relic fleet moved as if guided by a single mind, yet each ship acted independently, reacting to every alien move. "This is incredible," Lisa said, her voice barely above a whisper. "They're not just moving. They're thinking, they're learning as they fight," Jack nodded. "That's how humans always survive. We adapt. These ships were built to do exactly that." The aliens tried to fire again, concentrating their energy weapons on the largest ship, the Defender. But the Relics had already calculated the attack. Shields flickered to life, ancient but strong. The plasma beams bounced off the hull, harmlessly dissipating into space. Missiles fired in return, small and simple but perfectly aimed, tearing through alien engines. The alien commander barked orders, his voice trembling. "All ships fire, target the Relic fleet, destroy them before they fully wake." But the fleet was already awake. Each ship seemed to anticipate the alien strategies, shifting positions, closing gaps, and creating layers of defense. Small scout ships flanked larger cruisers, and automated cannons opened fire without delay. The aliens had expected to control this battle easily, but now they realized they were fighting ghosts with human memory and logic embedded in metal. Jack's heart raced. He had studied these ships for decades, and even he did not fully understand their full capabilities. "They're following old battle protocols," he said. "Protocols written to fight threats much larger than them, and they don't need commands, they know what to do." Lisa leaned closer to the console. It's like the ships are alive. But alive in the way humans are alive, not with feelings but with purpose and will. The aliens were losing ground fast. Their sleek, modern ships, though faster and more powerful, were being outmaneuvered. One by one, their frigates were disabled or destroyed. Explosions lit up space as the relics fired their hidden weapons. Long-forgotten torpedoes streaked silently, hitting alien hulls where the shields were weakest. "Why are they so fast? They shouldn't move like this," an alien officer yelled, panic clear in his voice. Jack smiled slightly. "They're not fast in the usual sense, they are smart. They don't rely on reaction times like computers, they predict. That's human design." The alien fleet tried a new tactic. They split into smaller groups, hoping to surround and overwhelm the relics. But the relic fleet anticipated this as well. Scout ships moved to intercept, luring alien units into traps. Missile salvos struck from unexpected angles, while the cruisers repositioned themselves, creating a wall of fire and steel that the aliens could not penetrate. Inside one of the relic ships, a small control room flickered to life. Lights blinked, and mechanical arms began moving, repairing minor damage automatically. The ship's systems were designed to maintain themselves, even after centuries of inactivity. Sensors calibrated, weapons came online, and engines hummed with power long thought gone. Jack and Lisa exchanged a glance. "They're repairing themselves," Jack said. "The aliens won't understand. They think machines need constant human control, but these ships were built to survive on their own." Lisa frowned. "And the aliens don't even realize it yet. They think this is just luck or random activity, but it's strategy." As the battle continued, Jack noticed something else. Signals were being transmitted between the relic ships, patterns too complex for alien sensors to decode. It was a form of communication older than any computer network the aliens had ever seen. Each ship was aware of the others, adjusting its position and attack based on what the others were doing without needing a central command. "They're connected," Jack whispered. "Not through a computer network like the aliens use, something more human." Lisa nodded. "Distributed thinking, that's how humans fight. We never rely on one mind alone. Each part knows what to do, and together it becomes unstoppable." The alien commander roared in frustration. "Focus fire, destroy the central ship." But there was no central ship. Each relic cruiser was independent. Even if one was destroyed, the others continued without pause. Missiles flew from hidden bays, energy cannons fired from unexpected angles, and the aliens could not keep up. One alien battleship charged forward, hoping to ram the relic cruiser defender. But the cruiser shifted at the last second, its massive hull moving with an elegance that belied its age. The alien ship slammed into empty space, tearing itself apart. Jack felt a chill of excitement. They've learned to anticipate attacks even without being alive in the traditional sense. This is human ingenuity at its finest. Lisa watched another alien frigate attempt to retreat. "They can't run." These ships remember every tactic, every trick humans ever used in war. They're ghosts, but deadly ones. The relic fleet continued to push the aliens back, forcing them to regroup near the dying star. The old human ships seemed to know the area perfectly, using asteroid belts and debris as cover, striking at alien ships from blind angles. Inside the alien command center, fear spread like wildfire. Officers shouted, trying to coordinate defenses, but nothing worked. Their technology could not match the simplicity, the cunning, and the strategic memory of the relic fleet. Jack turned to Lisa. "The aliens underestimated humanity. That is always the mistake. They look at the surface, the age of the ships, the design, and they think humans are weak. They never see the mind behind the metal." Lisa smiled grimly. "And now they are paying for it." Back on the relic fleet, one of the smaller ships had been lightly damaged. Repair drones emerged from the hull, fixing minor breaks before they could cause major problems. These ships had been designed to survive long wars, long after humans might be gone. They were self-sufficient, capable of independent thought in combat, and built to adapt to any threat. Jack watched in awe. It's like they were waiting for this moment, for humans to show that we are still relevant. That even old ships can be powerful if we built them with the right purpose. Lisa nodded. "Purpose. That's the key. That's what the aliens cannot understand. Technology alone is not enough. Without a reason, without will, even the most advanced ship is useless. But humans fight for a reason. They survive for a reason. That makes all the difference." The aliens tried one final maneuver. They concentrated all their remaining firepower on the Relic cruiser defender, aiming to destroy it in one strike. Massive energy beams converged on the ship, threatening to obliterate it. But the defender did not panic. Its shields glowed, absorbing the energy. Hidden compartments opened, and dozens of smaller weapons fired in every direction, striking alien ships with deadly accuracy. The aliens had no time to react. Explosions tore through their formation, and one by one, the remaining alien ships were either destroyed or forced to flee. Jack and Lisa could hardly believe their eyes. The Relic fleet had won. Ships thought dead for centuries had risen, fought, and defeated a technologically superior force. "They did it," Lisa said softly. "They really did it." Jack nodded, a smile spreading across his face. "They've always been more than relics. They've always been guardians. And now the galaxy knows it." Even as the battle ended, the Relic fleet did not celebrate. They drifted back into formation, engines humming, weapons ready, sensors scanning the stars. They were still alive, still aware, still waiting. Waiting for humanity to return or for the next threat to appear. Jack felt a surge of pride. Humans had built something that could survive anything, that could fight even after centuries and still carry the essence of human ingenuity. The aliens had mocked the fleet, assumed it useless, but the relics had proved them wrong. Lisa looked at Jack, her eyes shining. "Do you think the aliens will come back?" Jack shook his head. "They might, but next time they will know. They will remember the humans are never as weak as they seem, and the Relic fleet will be ready." The two humans watched in silence as the Relic ships powered down slightly, resting but still vigilant. The message was clear. Even if humanity was gone, even if the galaxy thought humans were weak or extinct, the Relic fleet could remind everyone that humans were never to be underestimated. And somewhere deep in the circuits of the Defender, systems flickered in a rhythm that was almost like a heartbeat. The fleet was alive. The fleet remembered. The fleet was human. The galaxy had seen its first proof. Humans, even through the ships they left behind, were not gone. They were always ready to rise, always ready to fight, and always ready to remind everyone that even a relic can carry the power of humanity. The Relic fleet had driven the aliens back, but Jack Carter and Lisa Morrow knew this was only the beginning. The ships were not fully awake yet. What the aliens had seen so far was just the first stirrings, the fleet testing its strength. Now it was time for the relics to rise completely, to show their full power. Jack leaned forward on the observation deck. "They're about to go fully online. Every system, every weapon, every sensor, it's all going to come alive." Lisa's eyes widened. "Can they really do that after so long?" Jack nodded. "They were built for it. They were built to survive centuries of dormancy and then fight a war no one expected. Humanity never gave up, even if humans themselves weren't there anymore." Deep inside the Relic fleet, systems hummed to life. Engines that had been silent for centuries began to vibrate. Hidden weapon bays opened. Sensor arrays that had been offline for hundreds of years powered up, scanning every inch of space. It was a quiet awakening at first, almost like a whisper. Then it became a roar. The largest cruiser, Defender, fired its engines, pushing itself into position at the head of the fleet. Smaller cruisers, corvettes, and frigates followed, forming perfect formations, each ship aware of the others. The fleet moved as one, yet each ship acted independently. "Look at that," Lisa breathed. "It's beautiful." Jack smiled. "It's deadly." The aliens had no idea what was coming. They were still regrouping near the dying star, trying to figure out how to respond. Their sensors detected movement, but they could not predict it. The Relic fleet did not move like the aliens expected. The ships twisted, turned, and shifted in ways that seemed impossible. Every attack was anticipated before it happened. Every defensive maneuver was precise and perfect. Jack pointed to the screen. "See that? Those maneuvers are human tactics from centuries ago. The fleet remembers battles humans fought long before these aliens existed. They are using history as a weapon." Lisa nodded, her eyes wide. "And the aliens, they don't even understand what's happening. They can't predict it." The first alien frigate tried to attack, firing a barrage of energy missiles at one of the smaller Relic ships. The old ship twisted on its axis, moving in ways the aliens had never seen before. The missiles missed, striking empty space. Then the ship fired back, not with massive plasma cannons, but with kinetic weapons that punched through alien armor like a hammer through wood. The frigate exploded in a flash of light. "Every ship is like that," Jack said. Small, simple weapons, but used perfectly. Humans always find a way to make even the simplest things deadly. The aliens panicked. Focus fire, destroy the central ship, one of them shouted. But there was no central ship. Each relic cruiser was independent, each capable of fighting a battle alone. The alien attack did not matter. Their ships were being torn apart one by one as the relic fleet advanced. Inside Defender, the old human battle systems calculated every trajectory, every weapon, every movement. Hidden compartments opened, and dozens of weapons fired simultaneously. Missiles, lasers, and kinetic rounds struck alien ships from blind angles. Shields glowed to absorb incoming fire, then redirected energy back at the attackers. Jack and Lisa could hardly breathe as they watched the battle unfold. "They're unstoppable," Lisa said quietly. Jack nodded. "Not unstoppable, but close enough. They've adapted. They've remembered. They've become more than anyone thought they could be." The alien commander tried a new tactic. He ordered a massive energy strike aimed at Defender, hoping to destroy it in one blow. Alien ships gathered together, firing everything they had. The Relic fleet did not panic. Instead, the ships shifted, creating a moving formation that absorbed the attack. Energy beams struck the front lines, but the ships, armor, and shields held. Then, in perfect coordination, the relics fired back. Missiles streaked through space, striking the alien ships' engines and weapons. Explosions lit up the battlefield as alien ships were destroyed faster than they could react. One alien cruiser tried to escape through an asteroid field. The Relic fleet anticipated it, moving silently and quickly. Hidden weapons fired from above, below, and the sides. The cruiser had no place to hide. It was destroyed in seconds. Jack turned to Lisa. "They're not just fighting, they're hunting." Lisa swallowed hard. "They're alive, not in the human way, but in the way that matters." The alien commander's voice trembled with fear. Fall back, we cannot fight them." But the Relic fleet did not chase them. They did not need to. Their purpose was not revenge. Their purpose was warning. Humanity had left them behind, but the fleet had not forgotten. It remembered its mission, its duty, and it would fight if necessary. Jack felt a deep sense of pride. This is what humans leave behind. Not just technology, but will and courage and memory. That is what makes us strong. Lisa watched another alien ship try to regroup. "Do you think they will ever stop?" Jack shook his head. "They will stop when the threat is gone. That is what they were built for. But they will not be ignored. They will not be underestimated." The Relic fleet moved back into formation, engines humming quietly. Missiles and weapons retracted, shields powered down slightly, but sensors remained active. The fleet was alert, ready for anything. Jack and Lisa exchanged a glance. "The galaxy is about to learn a lesson," Jack said. "Humans are never as weak as they seem. Even our old ships can fight, even after centuries. Even when we are gone." Lisa nodded. The aliens mocked them, thought they were useless relics, but they were wrong. So wrong. Deep inside the lead ship, Defender, lights blinked in a slow, steady rhythm. Systems ran diagnostics, repaired minor damage, and prepared for the next encounter. Every ship in the fleet did the same. They were alive, fully awake, and ready. Jack felt a surge of hope. "One day, humans will return, and when we do, no one will ever doubt us again." Lisa smiled. "And the Relic fleet will be waiting. Always ready, always remembering, always human." The alien fleet had retreated, but the story was far from over. The Relic fleet had awakened, and the galaxy would remember. Ships once thought dead had proven that humanity's ingenuity, will, and courage could survive anything, even centuries of silence. Jack Carter and Lisa Morrow watched in silence as the Relic fleet drifted near the dying star, engines humming, weapons ready, sensors scanning. They were the last guardians of humanity's legacy, and they had reminded the galaxy that even the oldest human ships could still fight, still defend, and still inspire fear and respect. And somewhere deep in the circuits of Defender, systems pulsed like a heartbeat. The fleet was alive. The fleet was human. The fleet would never be forgotten. The galaxy had seen the power of humanity through its relics, and the message was clear. Do not mock, do not underestimate, do not forget. Humans, even in absence, could rise. And when they did, the universe would learn that even the oldest relics could become unstoppable. The Relic fleet had defeated the alien attackers, forcing them to retreat in confusion and fear. Jack Carter and Lisa Morrow watched as the last alien ship disappeared into the darkness of space. The silence that followed was heavy, almost reverent. The human ships, though old and worn, had proven their worth. They were alive, powerful, and still carrying the strength of humanity within their steel and circuits. Jack leaned back in his chair, letting out a slow breath. "They've done it," he said quietly. "They've reminded the galaxy who humans are." Lisa nodded. "And they're not stopping. They've just begun. The aliens thought they could mock us, strip us of our legacy, and walk away. But they were wrong." Inside the fleet, systems hummed quietly. Weapons retracted, shields relaxed slightly, and sensors swept the nearby stars, scanning for any remaining threats. Each ship was alert, but there was no panic. They were in control, calm and precise, as if they were waiting for something or someone. Jack looked at the view screen. "It's not just a battle one, it's a message. The fleet is sending it now." Lisa frowned. "A message? Who to?" Jack smiled. "To the galaxy, to anyone who thinks humans are weak, gone, or obsolete. The Relic fleet carries the memory of humanity. And memory is powerful." Across the ships, hidden transmitters began to pulse, sending signals far and wide. The message was simple but clear. Humans are not gone. Humanity has survived, and even its old warships can rise to defend what is theirs. The fleet broadcasted the message in multiple frequencies, making sure that every corner of known space could receive it. On distant alien worlds, commanders received the signal and stopped in shock. They had seen humans as weak, primitive, and no longer relevant. Now that belief was shattered. Messages from space stations and observation posts confirmed the same. The Relic fleet was alive, active, and capable of destroying entire fleets if provoked. Back inside the fleet, Jack and Lisa watched the ships move as one. Each vessel adjusted position, formed new formations, and scanned sectors of space. They were ready for anything. They were no longer relics, they were guardians. Lisa turned to Jack. "Do you think the aliens understand now?" Jack shook his head. "Not fully. They'll see the destruction we caused, but they won't understand the full human mind behind it. That's the part they always miss. It's not just the ships. It's the will, the purpose, the strategy built into everything we create." As the Relic fleet drifted near the dying star, the ships powered down non-essential systems. Engines hummed quietly, weapons retracted, and shields dimmed. But sensors remained active. Every ship was aware of its surroundings, listening, watching, waiting. Jack looked at Defender. "This ship and all the others are reminders. They don't just fight, they communicate. They say humans are never gone. We endure, we adapt, we fight back." Lisa nodded, feeling a sense of awe. "It's more than technology. It's like they're alive with human memory, with human courage." Suddenly, Defender's main sensors detected a small scout vessel approaching. It was an alien ship, timid and cautious. It had clearly received the broadcast and wanted to investigate. Jack smiled. "They want to understand. They want to see what we are capable of. That's exactly what we intended." Lisa pointed at the screen. "Should we warn them?" Jack shook his head. "No, let them see for themselves. Let them learn the lesson." The alien scout approached cautiously, scanning the Relic fleet. Its sensors recorded every movement, every weapon, every formation. It detected no central command, no pilot, no life signs aboard. Yet the ships moved with purpose, responding instantly to every possible threat. The aliens had never seen anything like it. Inside the scout, alien officers transmitted frantic messages back to their fleet. "These ships, they are alive. They think, they adapt, they coordinate. We cannot fight them." The scout pulled back, transmitting more information. The Relic fleet did not pursue. Its purpose was not conquest. It was a warning. The message was clear. Humans may be absent, but their legacy endures. And that legacy is alive, intelligent, and capable of defending itself. Jack and Lisa watched in silence as the scout left. "They'll spread the word," Lisa said. "Every corner of the galaxy will hear about this." Jack nodded. "And they'll remember, humans cannot be erased even after centuries. Even relics carry our strength." The Relic fleet slowly moved into a quiet orbit near the dying star. Each ship powered down more systems, conserving energy but remaining alert. They had done their duty. They had fought when provoked, they had proven their power, and they had sent the message humanity had always intended: never underestimate humans. Jack turned to Lisa. "The galaxy will think twice before attacking human space again. Even if humans themselves are not present, our ships will remind them of our strength." Lisa smiled. "And when humans do return, the Relic fleet will still be here waiting. Ready to fight, ready to protect, ready to remind the universe why humans survive." Jack looked at the view of the stars. We've done more than win a battle. We've preserved hope, preserved legacy. That's what humanity is best at. Not just surviving, but leaving something behind that lasts, that can rise again, that can change the course of the galaxy. Lisa nodded, feeling a warmth she hadn't expected. It's amazing. These old ships left behind for centuries, they've reminded everyone that humans are more than flesh and blood. We're ideas, we're willpower, we're courage made real. Even metal can carry that. Across the Relic fleet, lights blinked in silent rhythm. Engines purred quietly. Systems hummed like a heartbeat. The ships were alive, not in the way aliens understood, but in the way humans had always understood life. Purpose, duty, courage, and intelligence all combined to create something greater than the sum of its parts. Jack and Lisa stepped back from the console. They knew the galaxy would never forget this moment. The aliens who had mocked the Relic fleet would tell stories of it for generations. And the humans, wherever they were, had left behind a gift that no one could destroy. Proof that humanity, even in absence, could rise and fight, could adapt, and could inspire awe and fear alike. Jack whispered softly, "We'll never be forgotten." Lisa nodded, her eyes reflecting the lights of the fleet. "And we'll always have guardians waiting, no matter how long we're gone." The Relic fleet drifted in silent vigil near the dying star. Its message had been sent, its purpose fulfilled, but its watch had only begun. The galaxy had learned a lesson. Humans may disappear, humans may age, humans may fall, but humans never truly end. Even their relics can rise, even their memory can strike fear, and even in silence, humanity can remind the stars that it is still here. And somewhere deep inside Defender, the circuits pulsed like a heartbeat, steady and strong. Every ship in the fleet followed the same rhythm. Alive, vigilant, human. The legacy of humanity, unstoppable and eternal, stretched across the stars, waiting for the next challenge, ready to remind the universe that humans were never to be underestimated. The stars around the fleet seemed quieter now, as if space itself had paused to witness what had happened. The aliens had mocked the fleet, laughed at the relics, and assumed humans were gone forever. Now the Relic fleet had shown them the truth. Humans leave behind more than ships. They leave behind courage, intelligence, and willpower, all powerful enough to awaken centuries later and remind the galaxy that humanity always survives. Jack Carter and Lisa Morrow stepped back, watching the fleet. They had been witnesses to something extraordinary, something the galaxy had not seen in centuries. The Relic fleet had not only fought, they had sent a warning, a promise, and a message. Jack smiled faintly. The galaxy will remember, and when humans return, it will see that we never left entirely. We left guardians, we left memory, we left proof that we endure. Lisa nodded. And nothing will ever be the same again. The Relic fleet drifted silently, powerful, patient, and eternal. Alive in its own way, carrying the spirit of humanity into the stars. And somewhere, far beyond the edge of the dying star, whispers spread through the galaxy. Stories of the fleet, stories of humans, stories of metal and memory that could rise and fight. The aliens would think twice before mocking humanity again, and humans, even in absence, had made their mark. The universe had learned that even the oldest ships, long thought dead, could awaken and remind everyone of the truth. Humanity was never weak. Humanity was never gone. Humanity in every form was unstoppable. The Relic fleet continued its silent watch, engines humming, systems ready, weapons prepared, sensors scanning. It was alive, it was human, and it would never be ignored. And so the galaxy changed, not because humans were present, but because humans had never truly left. The Relic fleet had awakened, and the stars themselves would never forget the power of humanity again. Aliens mocked the Relic fleet until human warships came alive.